Okay. And here we are. Welcome to the Targeted Podcast. I am Sahid. Nicholas. What's good, man? Man who's on his phone right now. It's all good.
But I was trying to let everybody know we're on. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah, we're
still
on.
posting to my peoples.
Yeah, no, you gotta do it for your people, man. That's good. How's life treating you, man?
Tired.
I hear
yeah,
you.
I'm tired. No, it's good, man. It's just been it's an adjustment. With the three little ones now, like
Yeah.
you know
Actually, you have something that Viserys has in common. Got a little boy. So we're gonna be talking
hey,
about that soon.
that's a long time coming. Just like for him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, but he's not the heir. So yeah,
Actually, I watched the. I can't wait to talk about it. I watched the episode today, man.
yeah.
He's
Oh,
looking terrible.
oh yeah, he looks like shit. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. Yeah, he's not long to this world. I actually thought, spoiler alert, guys. So if you haven't realized this, you haven't peeped out the title. We're gonna be talking about Serena's retirement, uh, Game of Thrones, She-Hulk. Uh, I thought he was gonna die. Episode 3.
Yeah.
I literally thought he was about to die. Episode 3 because that was how like Robert Baratheon died. Right? He was all drunk and shit.
Oh, that's
Right?
right.
He was all
With the
drunk and
stag.
shit, and then
Yeah.
went to go hunting. Right? A little bit different though, in the sense that like the other guys like caught it for him. I was actually waiting for like the deer to like wake up and like stab him or some shit.
I'm waiting for it the whole time. The
Yeah, it's
whole
like
time.
we know you're about to get got, right? Um, but yeah, we're gonna have to see how this goes. But actually, we'll talk about that later. Let's get into our first topic, which is Serena Williams' retirement. You have two little girls, so I think it's only fair that you tell me your thoughts on Serena Williams and everything.
Uh,
So
I mean, my only regret is that they didn't get to see her play.
yeah,
Well, I take that back. They've seen her play, but they weren't old enough to appreciate it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, she's a goat, man. She's an amazing player. She's won like what 23 majors.
yeah. One shy
Um,
of Margaret Court's um, all-time record, which
yeah,
I really wanted her to break it, but that still doesn't change anything for me. She's still the goat. So
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, she's. I mean, I don't even. I mean, I think she's at the point now. I mean, she's not just like a goat for the women. I mean, she could. She's pretty much just a goat for the sport in general, man. It's not
yeah.
even.
I
We're not
mean,
limited to men or women because tennis is that type of sport where
oh
it's
yeah,
really you versus the other person.
oh yeah.
And I mean,
It's not a team
who
sport.
who's beating her? I don't
Yeah,
know. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Who's beating her, right? Yeah. No. A couple points to point out too. Margaret Court had like 24. She has 23, but Margaret Court did hers during like the open era, right? Not before the open era. Um, Not to mention, unlike uh, what's her name, Billie Jean King, right? Billie Jean King was fighting for like women's rights, and Margaret Court was
Yeah,
kind of like a woman that was more kind of do what the guys do, like very conservative like woman, right?
yeah,
Per se.
yeah.
There's a movie called God damn, it's them in the movie. I hate when I do this when I bring this up and I don't and I just slips on mine. I think it's Battle of the Sexes, right? Battle of the Sexes,
Oh yeah,
right?
that was with the Billie Jean King and who did she play?
Bobby Riggs is his
Yeah,
name. Yeah.
somebody who didn't matter. Because was he the one talking shit?
Yeah, he was talking shit. So what happened with Bobby Riggs was that I'll do a brief little thing, and this is pretty much just me repeating the movie. So Bobby Riggs was a senior, right, on the tour, right, and like he played, and then he got older, and he became like a hustler, right? He just like hustling
Right.
for people, right? And that was around the time when the women's like movement started really picking up, right? Um, so he had to say like, you know what, me being a 56-year-old man, I could beat any woman here, right?
There you
Like,
go.
let me put this women's suffrage movement down, like And he honestly didn't give a shit about that. He just wanted money. Like he knew
He wanted
he
his
just wanted money and
10 minutes.
support.
15 minutes
Like
of fame.
yeah, he called himself a chauvinist, right? But he actually cared a lot about at least Billie Jean King, and there was a friendship there.
Yeah,
But Like he was just kind of like what like Trump and like Fox News is doing for Trump supporters. Like they don't really give a shit about you, right? But they will use your hatred and make themselves enrich themselves, right? So,
True.
um, yeah. So that's a synopsis on that story. Now I'm with you 100%. Like she's the goat, uh, and she's. I'm not talking about just. You have to think about greatest athletes of all time in all sports now, male and female, right? And I say this, and I'm not saying like a woman stronger than a guy. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is she almost won a major while like 3 or 4 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no guy has done that, had to do that, right? Yeah, sure, guy can serve faster, but who you don't have to play pregnant,
Right.
right?
Yeah. That was
So
a big statement, man. That was a real
yeah,
big
that's
statement because
huge. Like that was the goat moment for me right there. That's when I was like,
yeah,
yeah, we need to like really think this thing. We have a whenever we have like an empowered woman, we tend to like undermine her a little bit in our society. And we're gonna talk about with She-Hulk next. It's actually a pretty good transition.
I'm not mad at
Because
that. That is pretty good, actually.
yeah, it just came to me.
You're a genius, man. You're a genius.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that next, but she's the goat and we need to put some respect in her name.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
absolutely. So congratulations to her. Super happy for her. Can't wait for what's next for her. She's gonna turn venture capitalist now, right? Just kind
Of
of also an
course.
FYI too, right? Just kind of show how effed up we are in our thinking, right? Because when you see the highest paid players of all time, if you look on the male side, right, it's easy. You can see it's LeBron, KD, like as in salary by his team, not so much, but in terms of like network and endorsements and stuff, like
Yeah.
LeBron he's a billionaire, right?
Yeah.
Um, but with Serena Williams in her sport, you see all these other women that are how can I say this? They get paid more than her, right? And because they're lighter toned, Eurocentric features, right? So, for example, I remember when they really tried to make the Maria Sharapova, Venus Williams like rivalry a thing, but
Yeah.
it's not really a rivalry when one person's beating the crap out of the other, right? That
They just
rivalry, if
play
I
each other a
remember
lot.
correctly, yeah,
Yeah, it's not a rivalry. They just play each other a lot. That's it.
yeah, exactly. It's not like I think the record between the two is 15-2. Serena Williams, like it's not really a rivalry, but Maria Sharapova got paid more in endorsements, right? Um, Beautiful blonde Russian woman, right? We if you look at Fox News hostesses, right? Blonde women,
Pretty much
we
all the
eat that
same.
shit up, right? We eat that shit up. Even with like ESPN, I think they've changed. ESPN's changed a little bit though with kind of who they have, but they have like Aaron Andrews is like one of the most popular like sports like podcasters. Not to undermine her credibilities at all, by no means, but no, she's also a beautiful blonde woman, right?
Yep.
So yeah, like it was a while till she became like the top like endorsement dealer, right? Even and I love this person. Crap. What's the she went out early in the US Open too. The half Asian tennis player as well. I always do this. It just blinks right. I see her face. Um
No. But the one person I
yeah.
think about who basically got by on looks is Anna Kournikova.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she was okay. She was okay, but she wasn't like
Well,
winning a lot, right?
she only won one major and that was as a doubles, right?
You saw her in like ad after
Well,
ad
she
after
was
ad after ad,
because
right?
she's
Like,
beautiful. She's
sure,
definitely
you know what I
beautiful.
mean, but like you
Um,
said, they weren't. Serena had her endorsements, but not. I just didn't see her as much. I
yeah.
feel like as Anna
Well,
Kournikova
and let me
did.
actually walk that beautiful comment too.
Right? You better.
Yeah, let me walk that back because I said, have you said something and you immediately credit? And I'm like, beautiful in terms of standards, Eurocentric standards. That should
Right.
be that's the comment.
Is that all? Is that
Eurocentric
all?
standards.
By the way, I just have to put this disclaimer out here. The opinions of Sahid are not necessarily shared by myself. They're my own opinions.
Oh, oh, that's called twisting the dagger. Gonna make you get even more. You know what? Bye, guys. I'm out of here. I'm done. Oh my god, man. Well played, though. Well, very, very, very well played. Uh, yeah, no. So the other tennis player, Naomi Osaka, love her to death too. She's awesome. She's also been a big champion of mental health, as well. And she beat Serena in the U.S. Open, and like they tried to make it like a thing, right? Because she was, I mean,
Try
she's a
to set them
competitor.
against each other like immediately.
Well, of course, absolutely. That's what they do. That's what people do, right? Um, like I said, if like Tom Brady loses his shit, or Jordan loses his shit, or pretty much every guy player uses his shit, right? Like
Yeah.
we don't treat them like that, right? And that's kind of um the
I
thing.
mean, at the same time, in that match, I feel like she lost that one because it seemed like she was more focused on the judge anyway. Like that really like threw
Yeah,
her off
that
a
threw her
little bit.
off because the judge like probably had a bad call, and she couldn't get over it, right?
Yeah, I mean, she
I mean, at the same time
continuously
too,
like
yeah, when you're the GOAT like that, and I feel like this too, like, well,
she
like
should get a
tennis is a
little
one-on-one.
wiggle room. Yeah.
Yeah, well, but tennis is a one-on-one sport, right? It's just
Oh yeah.
you, right? Unless it's doubles, right? And it's still, if
Yeah.
it's doubles, you still got to carry your weight. Um, like it's a one-on-one sport, and Serena Williams is walking with a target on her back, right?
Of
Any
course.
person that plays her will be getting the best effort from that person, right?
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what it means to be the GOAT, right? At that, right? So again, more power to her, happy for her. Um I wish I got to go to the US Open to see her play. I was actually checking out tickets and they were really high.
Oh
Um
yeah, man. Yeah.
but at the same time, like I just didn't make the time for it. So missed that opportunity, and I can never get that back. But yeah, super happy for her and her family, and yeah, wish her nothing but the best, man. Nothing but the best.
Yeah.
All right.
Congrats to her. She should leave. She should be retiring with no regrets at all. She had a
Oh,
wonderful career.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So
She had an interesting Instagram post too, talking about her retirement as well and how she kind of wanted the Margaret Court like record, right? But like honestly, it doesn't matter, right? Whether she has the Margaret Court record at all. So, like we recognize her as the goat, right? Just like a lot of us recognize Jordan as the goat. He doesn't have the most championships, right? Bill Russell does, right?
right.
Um,
Same with
and
Tiger. Same with Tiger in golf because he's never gonna beat whoever, what's his name, the Golden Bear or whatever, Jack
uh,
Nicklaus.
Jack
He's
Nicklaus.
never going to get his record. You know what I mean? But
Oh, he's
you
done
look at the
now.
Tiger years.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Who was
done
doing
now.
it like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody. So
No, he was
I
that
put it in
dude.
the same echelon. Tiger,
Oh yeah.
LeBron, Jordan. Well, LeBron's not a go. So Tiger, Jordan,
Nope.
Serena.
Nope. Hey guys, just to let you guys know, the opinion shared by Nicholas is not necessarily shared by you. Yeah. Just let you know, you heard it here first. Nicholas said that LeBron's the goat. We had a whole episode. It was actually a bad episode because I set it up poorly.
I know. I go
Well,
back now. I'm like, dang, I could have made so many more arguments for Jordan to crush that guy.
well, not even
But yeah,
that. It's just the way I even had the episode set up too. Like it wasn't even good. But because it was switching between us two, and it just wasn't good. But it's fine.
we learned. We learned. We were early in the game.
Yeah, well, we're here now.
Early in the
Just
game.
saying, we're
Right.
here now. All right, so let's switch to another um woman that is I'm seeing that's kind of being torn apart in like social media, and that's She-Hulk, right? I was talking to our boy Omar, and he loves like She-Hulk. By the way, I was talking to him
It's a good show.
um for his birthday. By the way, shout out, happy birthday, Omar! Today is his birthday.
He
That thing in the
turned
middle,
46. Yeah, so happy 46th birthday
46.
to Omar for sure.
46. That is the absolute truth. That he is 46 years old. uh, for those who don't know, Omar, if you look at our logos there, he's the guy in the middle.
Yeah.
Uh, he's off playing with like his toy cars now. But he actually he actually likes like She-Hulk. What I see on Instagram though, and just on social media a lot, I saw like one post on today actually where it showed like the guy was trying to make fun of She-Hulk, and it showed Marvel of 2018 versus Marvel this year, and it showed um like Loki getting choked out and then She-Hulk twerking, and they like are calling Marvel soft or whatever. And the thing that annoys me about that is that She-Hulk is the female version almost of Deadpool, right? Like anything that she's doing, I see Deadpool doing. Like so,
The fourth
like
wall stuff.
yeah. I mean, she does a lot of like it's not meant to be taken super seriously. Like it's not like Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? Well, it is a little bit where like with a little bit empowered women, but it's not like the tone is totally different, right? It's drama, but it's a comedy drama, right? Um,
It's the drama
and
queen.
it's not meant to be taking like just ridiculously. And the fact that people are so pressed with like her twerking. So let's actually go through a little bit of like this series. I don't really have my notes here. We're just gonna kind of wing it. So she takes this case, right, of Emil
Abomination.
Brodsky,
I
the
love the
Abomination.
tie-in to I love the tie-in to Shang-Chi, by the way. I thought that was dope.
Well done, well done. I will say a little bit though. That was against Wong's character to break in somebody. Like this is a rules guy, right? Because he was like shiting on Doctor Strange, like don't pass that spell, don't do this, don't do that, right? And he's training to be like the Sorcerer Supreme or whatever. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I would expect that he'd have like other people to train against. It's against Wong's like thing, but at the same time, it's not meant to be taken that seriously. So I'm like,
No.
we can get a pass. You get a pass, right? Again, it's well done though. It is well done. I
Yeah.
agree with you that.
I
Like,
love I loved this last episode. I think for me this show has only continued to get better.
yes.
And this is one thing that I can respect about what Marvel's done so far, right?
Mm,
That yes, they're bringing in more and more characters, but the shows that they're doing, they're all like a little bit different. Like you
yeah.
had your heist flick with the Ant Man and the Wasp. You had your this one is like your law show that's a
Yeah.
little bit of
The
a
Ally McBeal.
comedy. You got your straight up like action adventure with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I mean, they're
Yep.
giving you like a little bit of everything, and this show for me, I mean, it fits right in with really well with the character. I love it. Like I said, I love the tie-in with Shang Chi, and
Yeah.
the whole twerking thing. This is what I'm getting tired of.
Yeah.
So, and again, I'm gonna date myself, right? But like when I was in school, when I was in college or whatever, like twerking, I mean, that was just something that was just dancing in a party. Like
Yeah.
you went somewhere, like yes, the girls were dancing, and that is how they were dancing, right?
Hmm.
And so now like this term has kind of like blown up and become mainstream. Now it's like, oh my god, you're twerking. Like we see people say it on TV now, like, are you gonna twerk? And
Yeah.
it's just gone too far, right?
Yeah.
And so this particular episode is they're having fun with it, right? Like if you
Yeah.
have somebody like Megan the Stallion come in,
Yeah. It's
have you heard
fun.
have you heard her music, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly how you dance to her music, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So for that to happen at the end of the episode, to me, it was just like a little fun that they were doing. Like, who
Yeah.
cares?
It's funny. Like I remember when
Who
that happened. I
cares?
laughed. I laughed
Yeah,
like really
I
hard.
thought it
Like
was funny because
it was
it
fucking
was the
funny.
little well the real Megan Thee Stallion came in after a while, but then to have the I don't know what was it, the elf, the light elf or
The
whatever,
light
like
elf.
running around like doing all this crazy stuff. That's hilarious. I'm not
It
mad
was
at
pretty
him,
funny. It
right?
was pretty funny. Also light elf opposite of dark elves, right?
Yeah,
Thor the dark world. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Right?
I wouldn't have
It's.
figured that out. Is the light elf really opposite of dark elf? I never would have thought of that.
I don't have my notes. I didn't write my notes. Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You mother fucking. You know, I'm gonna kick Nicholas off this class right now. I'm tired of his ass.
Just in case you didn't know, they're opposites. No,
well, actually, well, actually, light is the opposite of dark, and up is the opposite of down.
I've been
Left
trying to
is the
figure that
opposite
out
of
for
right.
years.
Right.
Continue.
All right, douche. Anyway, so uh, right. Um, that's actually pretty funny. So yeah, I thought it was actually hilarious. When like she was twerking. I do think it was a little bit interesting though, just to put my critical little bit anal hat on. She's the head of like the enhanced or mutant division of whatever law firm. Are we saying Cardi B is,
You mean Megan Thee
enhanced?
Stallion?
Yeah, I actually said Cardi B, didn't I? It's horrible. That's funny. Well, they had the same movie. Like I'm thinking about the same like song right now, but the same song. They were in the same song together.
Okay,
You don't believe me?
I believe you.
Whatever. Anyway, so Megan Thee Stallion, right? Are we saying that she's like an enhanced human or something? Is that what's going on? Yeah. I don't think we're supposed to be taking it that seriously again. Great episode. Again. We actually missed it because we're talking about the third episode. There's another episode in which Hulk went to Sakaar. Oh, I think we did talk about that. Yeah.
No, did we?
Yeah, we
We
talked
missed
about
last
it.
week. Okay, man.
Yeah, we talked about it because I said that he may have a son.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they had to get him off planet, right? So, dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. If that's their way of getting World War Hulk out here,
But
the fan of me is gonna love that.
I will say this: he's not the same Hulk, though, right? He's Smart Hulk, right? He's not World Breaker Hulk. He wasn't the Hulk on Thor Love and not Thor Ragnarok, right? So it's gonna be pretty interesting.
So that's the question: is what happens
Yeah.
when he's 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 the perfect combination of himself. He's relatively at peace.
Yeah.
What happens when that anger gets amped up and he has the intelligence? Because I don't
I
think
mean, we
that you
saw
could have
him get
done
angry though, and he's
no, but
not like.
you couldn't have done something like World War Hulk up until now because according to MCU canon, it's like the Hulk is a child, right?
Yeah.
He is like
Okay.
a child, and he hasn't had the chance to be himself long enough to evolve to the point where he could act like he would have in the comics of World War Hulk. So the only way
Yeah.
they
I
could
don't
do
know.
that in the MCU is if this new version of the Hulk right now. I feel like.
Well, I don't know, man, because Hulk normally. So I know I make fun of you, but I watched this too. Death Battle. So they had a fight between Hulk versus Brawley, right? Hulk lost, by the way.
Whoa,
Um, yeah,
who's gonna
and
win against a Dragon Ball Z character? I mean, it's not even fair. So
Superman.
that's still that's
That's
it
about it,
always
though.
goes back and forth. It always goes back and forth though.
Yeah, Superman, right? But then like the way they say the writers just really made Superman just stupid strong. It's ridiculous how strong Superman is. It's actually it just breaks science, which like, and I'm not talking
All
about
this stuff
flight science. I'm
does.
talking about
So
freaking fashion speed of light science. What he did, no, off topic right here. Apparently, in one of his feats, right, he was in like a couple light years away at like some like Alpha Centauri system, whatever, like checking out his sun or whatever, and he heard the beep from like the little watch that he gives Jimmy, right? Apparently, he heard it from like wherever he was in space, and flew back in like a couple minutes to help him out. I'm like that just makes no sense
I
whatsoever.
mean,
But again,
even
like She-Hulk, you're not supposed to be taking it seriously. So
yeah, I mean, the whole like there. I was reading an article back. I mean, the whole idea of him hearing something from that far away, even if he's just like outside of our atmosphere, right? I mean, you think about the rate at which sound travels, et cetera, et cetera. Like,
It's
you know,
impossible.
by the time it reaches him, it's it's already happened. You know,
Yeah, well,
so
it's years has
so
passed, decades,
comics,
centuries,
right?
right?
I mean, you can say the
I mean,
same
it is
thing
what it is.
about the bat signal, right? Like the it's not going to show up that it will never show up that clearly in the
That
sky.
clearly, that's a good point. Yes, that's
So
true.
I mean,
That's true. Um, very, very true. Okay, back to She-Hulk though, uh, which it's so funny. The fact that we kind of went off a tangent there reminded me about like She-Hulk, where at the beginning of the episode she was like, "Don't think this is one of these shows that you get a
I thought
cameo
that
every
was
week."
hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah, like which was Bruce and Wong and crap. It is one of those shows. Well, don't forget, this show's about me.
Don't forget, it's my show.
It's my show. I like every time she breaks her fourth wall. Like honestly,
Yes.
like every time she's broken the fourth wall, I think I've stopped it and rewinded just to watch it again. I think it's hilarious.
I love it.
Um,
And
so
again, this is something else that like I can watch with the kids. Like they are. She's like, I want. My daughter said, I want to watch Hulk. I want to watch Hulk. I want to watch Hulk.
yeah,
Well, turn on She-Hulk. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So they like it.
What about her douchebag former like attorney general like partner like
Oh,
who thought he
that
was
guy
dating
is
Megan Thee
good.
Stallion? I thought was
Woo, that guy is good.
hilarious.
Yeah, it was like I
That was
said. It was a
hilarious.
good episode. Every episode has improved upon the last. Because the
Yeah.
first one, when the show was introduced, a lot of people, including myself, got caught up in like who's the strongest, yada yada yada, right? And it was like once you stop paying attention to all that crap and just like look
Yeah.
at the show on its own merit,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
not,
It's
and
pretty good.
I'm not even waiting for four episodes in like I did with WandaVision. Right?
Yeah. It has
This is one
it
I've been
definitely
exploring.
built. It definitely built. I watched something else on the internet too. I couldn't watch I didn't feel like watching the whole thing, but the guy was like he was kind of taking a shit on like She-Hulk again and how um he also said like the best series so far is Loki, which Loki objectively is a good series. I can't lie about that. But again, it's like people will do whatever they can to like hide their bigotry, right? So
Yeah,
um
the review
this is
bombing
She-Hulk.
is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, what the backlash is ridiculous and it proves a point, right? They actually had a part in the episode where it kind of showed just those people like, can we get it's like, can we cancel this person or gender neutral or
Yeah,
whatever?
exactly.
It's,
Yes.
see, too bad I don't have my notes with me because I would have actually said exactly who said and what and everything, but it's
Hmm.
fine. Yeah, it's a great episode. It's a great series so far. We'll wait to the end. I didn't I didn't like the fight scene in the first episode because it just seemed like it was kind of shoved in a little bit, like Titania. Um, is that her name?
Yeah, Titania. Yeah.
Yeah. So like he just shows up for some reason and be like, "Hey, who are you?" And then just like hopefully they explain like why she attacked that
Yeah.
courthouse sooner or later. But again, grateful for the show. Good stuff. We'll see kind of what they do next. So we have Emil Bronsky, right? He's now free. Great stuff on her part. Wong's now a wanted man.
Pretty
So
much, but it's like it doesn't even matter because he's just like I love how he came in, like gave his statement, was like, "All right, I'm out."
yeah, he goes. It's like it's illegal, right? And he goes, "Deuce, peace." Which is hilarious, right? Um,
Yeah.
he does seem. Oh, I actually like the part where the woman was like, "Oh, I sent him a thirst trap. I just took a picture of him with a bunch of books."
Oh my god.
Like what? And that worked. It worked. Also, when she was reading like his LinkedIn, apparently he worked at Target
Yeah.
before he became a librarian. I wonder how much Target paid for that endorsement deal right there.
Oh, I'm sure they shelved out something nice. I'm sure they
I was
did.
like, shut MCU? Shit, I'll pay for the whole episode. I still think the CGI is a little shoddy in some spots, unfortunately. Oh, it looks like the villain is coming about now.
Yeah,
With someone trying to steal her blood.
yeah.
Um, so very. Oh well, but
And
they
I'm
don't
waiting to
know
see how
that
Daredevil figures into the picture too.
that's true. And if
So
Daredevil is in here, so Daredevil is normally a New York guy, right? She's out
right,
in California,
yeah.
so that's interesting. It makes me wonder if the show's going to actually move to California or
She's gonna move to
Daredevil's
New York.
or yeah, no, yeah. Is she going to New York or is Daredevil moving to California, right? So
Mhm.
that's actually pretty interesting. I can't wait to see where that goes. The guys that try to attack her are called like the Rumble Squad or something. They're actually in the comics.
Mhm.
And I think they've worked with Kingpin before. So it may be possible that Kingpin may be trying to get her blood. It is very possible. I'm
Ooh,
actually
yeah.
we'll 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 see because we know Kingpin ain't dead, right? He got shot, right? But in the comics, he was shot in the face before and was just blinded, right? We know he has freakishly human strength.
Is
Um,
General Thunderbolt Ross, is he dead? He's not dead, is he?
I think the character, no, the character is passed away. The actor actually passed away though. Thunderbolt Ross. I think earlier this year. I think. Um,
But if the character's still
the
alive, then
character's
I
still
know they
around.
cast it. But that could be something too, because he could be looking to get his blood so he can make himself into Red Hulk.
That's true. But
So
so Marvel also announced too a Thunderbolts movie. So
yeah,
there will be a Thunderbolts the movie, and we already know who's been in the Thunderbolts in the past in terms of the comics. We know Hercules has been there, and I think Hulk, not Hulk, Abomination
yep,
has been there, right? We also got a deal that I think is her name Florence Pugh. So she's a Black Widow, um, Black Widow's Natasha Romanoff's sister, right?
right,
She
yep.
just signed a
She's
deal for like some solo movie or something like that. So um, yeah, I mean they're really are trying to like push her. She's also going to be in the next Dune movie as like Princess. I don't know. So
okay.
yeah, she's going to be in the next Dune movie as well.
Good for her.
Yeah, so happy for her. She's doing her thing. What else did I want to talk about as well? We talked about the guys that were trying to steal her blood. Oh, I love okay, again. I love every time that they she breaks the fourth wall because it's just funny. Like the part where
Oh
she's like the part where she kind of leaned in, like when the guy comes in was like, "Hey, how did you work with this douchebag?" Right? Blah blah blah, blah right? And then she leans in and goes, like it's like mixing the A and the B story, nice.
I did like that.
That's actually
That's a
pretty.
very Deadpool thing to do. So I did like that. I
Yeah,
did like that.
no, that's actually pretty funny. Um, yeah. So no, super happy for that. There's actually a couple other things that I want to talk about with this as well, but in the essence of time, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic, and that is House of the Dragon, right? I watched the latest episode today, episode 3 earlier today. Then
I did too.
wasn't feeling well. I then I was started wasn't feeling well like right afterwards. I'm like, dude, what the fuck's going on with me? Um, got I just rested up some more. I guess I need like 12 hours sleep now. But anyway, so annoying. So anyway, House of the Dragon. We didn't talk about last week's episode, episode 2. Did we talk about episode 2 last week?
Nope.
I think so. I don't know. We'll talk about it. So anyway, I like the time skips, right? They're doing a good
Yeah.
job of letting us know that there've been time skips, right? Um, Damon and the Black Snake, or no, the Sea Serpent, went to war, and they started getting their asses handed to them
Yes.
because they're fighting a war. They're fighting essentially an insurgency, essentially, right?
Yep.
Kind of like how United States was fighting the Taliban, right? And we have all these guys there, and you're fighting an insurgency. They get to hide in their,
In their caves.
caves, and where the dragons can't reach them, right? So yeah, let's talk about what's his name, Viserys. Like he looks like crap, right?
This dude's a
Uh,
horrible king, man.
he's not a
Horrible
good
king.
king. You're absolutely right. He's a horrible king. What what's funny about him is or kind of sad is like in the last episode you saw like the rot like getting to him, right? He had some crap with his back. He has some crap on like his fingers. Right, two of his fingers are gone now. One of his fingers is gone, and the episode has showed his second finger gone too. Right, you have to
Yep.
like when he was talking to his wife. Um, I was telling you, I thought he was gonna get done in because he was getting drunk, and
Bro,
he was about to go on
I
a hunt.
was
And I'm like, you are
waiting
stupid.
for that deer to impale that guy. Like for
Yeah,
sure.
I was like, this is exactly how Robert Baratheon got done in, right?
Drunk. But let's go back because for
Yeah.
me, like, again, this is another series for me is getting better with each episode. Because the
Yes.
first episode, I know it has to lay some groundwork, but it didn't quite grab me in the way that the first episode of Game of Thrones
Yeah.
did, the original. And then, but like as time has gone on, it's just like, all right, now, and I'm seeing some of the what some of the what some of the other characters want, their motivations. I'm kind of getting a little bit more action. Like now, I'm like all in on this thing.
Yeah.
I'm really feeling this show,
And the
and
show is more focused on the Game of Thrones too, because
it is more, and that's what I like about it. This one,
yeah,
I'm sure they'll add in some fantasy elements later on or whatever they do.
well, we have dragons
This
already.
one seems even more, huh?
They have
Or not
dragons already, right?
Yeah, but I mean, this one seems much more focused on like the politics of
Yes.
that world.
Yeah.
And I like that. And you kind of see what it means to be king, right? Because in Game of Thrones, um, you spend a little bit of time with the king, but you didn't really understand what it meant to be king, right?
Yeah. They had a lot of
And
bad kings. Like, I think all the kings were bad or just not ready
right, they just
or
talk about the kings like in a negative light. You had Baratheon,
yeah.
who was the drunk, you had the other guy who was crazy, and then
Yeah.
you had Cersei, right? So this is now you actually get a chance to understand what it means to be king, and the things that they have to deal with, and
Yep.
all the people who are constantly pulling at you, this, that, and the third. It takes
Yep.
a special type of person to be able to deal with that, and you can
Yep.
tell that this guy Viserys does not have it, and you can
No.
also tell who does have it, his daughter.
Yeah.
For
His
sure.
daughter is I mean,
Right?
she's one of the things I think that they're trying to do is that he's kind of putting her up to fail almost, right? Because he named her the heir, right? But like Damon, he's actually going out there and getting it. Like Clovis, like already says, like, look, our names need to be made, right? Nothing's given to us. We got to go out and get it, right? And he's going out and get it, right? Rhaenyra, same thing. She's going out and getting it. She's going out and getting it, right? She went and prevented, bloodshed, got the dragon back.
That was so gangster the way she went.
That was
it's like she broke out her dragon.
Yeah.
Came down. Look, strike me down now. I give you my egg. Thanks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, look, I'm your problem. You want to fix it? Fix it now. Get it. Be done with it. Right?
Naming her his heir was literally the only good move this dude has made.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's making her fail. He's leading her to fail because he's kind of keeping her locked up because he knows that.
I don't know. I disagree. I feel like he's kind of protective because he's said and done a couple of things to make it seem like
true.
he is realizing that she is the best candidate, right?
Yeah.
Because people are like, yo, you need to name your son the heir. He's like, I'm not doing it. And then you think that like trying to get her to marry someone is like basically him trying to just pawn her off, so to make her his son, his son like a more legitimate heir. But he's really more concerned about expanding his lineage and making the line more powerful. When the Lannister came and was like, yo, try to hit on her or whatever and come to him with like, the gifts and all that stuff. Yeah. But then as soon as he said something about, when your daughter gives up her title and moves to Castle Rock, he was like, what?
Yeah.
Fuck out of
here. Oh, I love what he said too. He was like, that man's pride has pride. And I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
When I saw like what is his name? It wasn't Jamie, but it was like John Lannister. I don't know.
It was like it's not Tywin, but some play on that name, so you kind of know where the name comes from.
Yeah, I don't know. But the second I saw him
Jason, no. It was Jason Lannister, but there was another Lannister too.
Yeah, there were a couple Lannisters, but when he started talking and I realized he was a Lannister, I was like, I literally eye rolled right there. I was like, God damn it! And I thought to myself, Is every Lannister arrogant outside of like Tyrion? I mean, and we know why he can't
But
be arrogant because
you see, that's the characteristic of the family. Just like
every one of them.
The one Stark that you saw, what did he do? He was pledged his loyalty, something like
Well,
that,
he
right?
was just grizzled. He was like,
Yeah, but
"I'm
he was like,
Stark
"We
and
will
I
be
play
there,"
royalty."
or something like
Yeah,
that. You know what I
we'll
mean?
be
He's
there. I'm like,
just pledging his loyalty or whatever. You see the family characteristics. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, no, good stuff, man. Like, it's a great series. I think so. Here's why I say he's setting up his daughter to fail, even though he's being protective of her, right? Like, they don't want a woman to be sit on the throne,
God
right?
forbid. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and even her friend, who's now her mother, right? Um,
Oof.
yeah,
You
that's
remember
weird.
that scene in the garden where they were going back and forth? She had to pull rank. I'm the
I know,
queen.
right? Your
Your
queen ordered
your
you.
queen demands it.
Your queen ordered you to get the fuck out of here. But she still defended her in the end, right?
Of
And
course
she
she did.
still said was like, yeah, she would make a good match for queen, right? And even though her father was like, you need to freaking push this guy in the right
Yeah,
direction.
that's a
Uh,
crazy situation too, because that's supposed to be her homegirl. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's her friend. That's who she confides
Your
in. Her
homegirl
confides in,
ends up like smashing your daddy.
which isn't her
Huh.
fault though. Which
It's
is
not
not
her
her fault.
fault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I'm just
she
saying.
didn't. She didn't. She didn't. She didn't throw herself on him, right? She kind of came
You
in.
could see she is some self mutilation going on with the fingers and stuff, right?
Yeah, confidence and like yeah. I forgot what that's called. What like when you do that, but no, she didn't like throw herself like when she first met him to comfort him, right? She
Yeah.
wasn't like a floozy. She was like you know when I lost my mom, no one told me I'm sorry, right?
Right.
Or just try to confide or like try to empathize, right? So when she let you know that a very great thing happened do that series too, where he tried to pass off like her to the Lannisters, right? And she got pissed, and like she kind of got on him. And was like, "Well, why are you trying to marry me off? And if you're trying to do this for strength, why didn't you go for like Lana Viserion, right? Like the
Yeah.
that creeped me the f out too. Like when it
Oh,
was like a freaking what was she 9 or some crap like that? And she was
she got to
like,
be like
"I'll make
11 or
you
12, bro.
regardless." Like it was like, "I'll make you many babies and love to be your king and further your line." And I was like, "Ugh." And what did your mom say?
What
She
your
goes,
mom?
"I wouldn't have to bed you at 14." Till 14. I was like,
Could you
right?
imagine, dude? Could you imagine that? Ugh.
Well, still, the other girl's still not a whole lot older, right?
17, right?
In some countries, that's illegal. I think she's actually younger, like maybe 15 or 16 or something. I don't know. But anyway, um, yeah, that's just kind of ugh, ugh, ugh.
It's-
God, I'm sorry.
but you see, like, so you have the king. He's
Yeah.
obviously a weak king.
Oh yeah.
He has trouble like really committing to anything, doing anything. You have the hand who like uses his daughter in that power play to kind of position himself. Everybody, this I think it's the master of coin now who's become like his next person, his confidant. Really, I feel like this
Yeah.
guy probably has some sort of play. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see like who actually like gives a crap about this dude. Because right now I just feel like everybody's just trying to play him so they can up their position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Um, BK said, "What's up? Sorry, man. I didn't see for whatever reason. Like Restream didn't like show me your comment. So, what's up, man? I forgot what you said about the fraudulent slip. So I didn't see that.
You're talking about Freudian slip? I'm not even talking about Freudian.
Yeah, Freudian
Yeah,
slip.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know the reference, but yeah. What up, BK? He's offline now, but thanks for showing. I gotta call him out, man. He hooked us up. Oh, I think it might be
Yeah,
online again.
yeah.
What's up, BK? What up, man? Yeah. So, I see it. BK. Oh
You
yeah,
know,
we
it's
gotta go.
it's
Gotta call it back.
it's the
Talk
people
about
that you
BK.
think it's the people that you think is on your side, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he's
They're
on
not
your
trying to
side.
call
You
me
just
out.
you messed up. We gotta remind you of it. So yeah, absolutely. One of the things that makes him like a weak king, though, is that he's big on like prophecies and stuff, right? Like he talked about in like episode one's like I dreamt it, like I had a boy, and I
Yeah,
put like the iron crown on him, and like his dreams um made him miss what was in front of him, right? That Rhaenyra is I could be a strong candidate for king or queen or you know like the rule of the land, right? He missed that. He also did it again in this latest episode, right? Where he's talking about the white whale, right?
you mean the white
And
stag? The white stag?
no, but they call it the white whale though.
Okay.
I think I might be wrong. I think it's a white whale. No, I'm gonna say it with my chest. It's the white whale. So
BK, go ahead and call that man out.
the BK,
Get
you watch
him,
Game of Thrones, man?
get
Yeah.
him. Of course he does. He put me on. Man, put me
Oh
on.
damn, BK, what's up?
Yeah,
Okay,
he put me on. He put me on to the show. I want to take a minute to talk about Damon because this dude
okay.
has become low key has become like my favorite character.
Really?
This dude
Okay.
is this dude
I
is
don't know.
is a real one, dog. Because this think
Is
about
he
this, right?
though?
He as when you're the brother, like you're gonna get looked over because whoever the king is, his son becomes the next person as a brother. You're kind of just there, right?
Yeah.
So when he didn't get named the next heir, he's
Well, he was
rightfully
supposed to be
angry,
named though, but he
right?
shot off out the mouth.
And you know they don't they he well the king is like, yo, I don't want this dude to be king. Like he's no, he's not gonna take care of the realm like he's supposed to. But I'm just
Yeah.
looking at what this dude went and did. Like this dude is a mover. He goes and takes back Casterly Rock, right? No, I'm sorry, not Casterly Rock. Whatever the Targaryen like homeland
The
is.
Dragonstone.
Yeah, Dragonstone. He goes and takes Dragonstone. He
But there
goes.
was no one in Dragonstone.
Doesn't matter. He takes it, right? You don't want me to
Okay.
be king? Fuck it. I'm taking our ancestral home back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He takes, one of his women or whatever. He's like, I'm gonna bed her. She's gonna have my children, and I'm gonna take this dragon egg, right?
But
But yeah,
but
Shorty comes and takes it back. So then he's like, to deal with the insurgents or whatever, we need to go do this. Of course, the weak ass king is like, I don't want to start a war. I don't want to start a war. He's like, dude, you need to before they start seeing you as weak,
yeah.
which they already do. He's like, I'm gonna go
Well,
take care of it. He starts
well,
getting
Leah
his ass kicked for
Hightower.
like, he starts
Yeah.
getting his ass kicked for 2 years. Okay,
Yeah. I
or
think it's a two or it's a
stalemated.
three.
I won't say getting his ass kicked. I say he gets stalemated, right? But like
No, he was
this
losing.
episode right here just kind of just showed like what a badass this dude is, right? Because he gets the message from the king. I'm sending 2,000 men and however many ships to aid you in this war. And he's like, yo, F this. We need somebody to go over there and make a sacrifice so the dragons can go burn everybody up. Everybody's looking around. Next scene, you see this dude running through the island, killing people
Yeah.
until the dragon
Well,
comes. I was like, yo, I like this dude. I like
well,
Damon.
I like the fact. So I have a different opinion on that. I don't know if you watched the director commentary after the show.
Hell
Um,
no, not time for that shit.
well, about to educate you to now, right?
All right,
So,
yeah,
director
do it.
commentary after the show. We'll start with Damien, and then we'll get back to kind of what I was trying to mention earlier about the signs because they actually mentioned both of it, right? So when we all know that he's trying to stake his claim, right? Like
Right.
as the prince, and you knows that there at the at the during that fight, right? There were two like kind of sorts of people, right? There was the people that was for him and against him, right? There was a side that was against him that was like, man, we're losing this war because of this dude, right?
Yep.
Because he's just kind of just angry, just go at it, right? No tact at all, right? Versus the other side was like, look, at least he's fighting out here. At least he's trying. Like, what are you doing, man?
Right.
Right?
Right.
What you doing, right? Um, so there was a part where like when the king was like, and if the king was a lot smarter, right? in predicting, right?
But he's not.
He
He's an idiot.
Yeah, like he's a bleeding heart, right? He sends him letting him know that hey, I'm sending these guys over, right? Um, but Damon went in and he was ready to die, right? So that's what the directors was like. Like he saw this and he's ready to just die, right? Uh, um, he was about to say like, you know what, fuck it, you know, and that's kind of what like he did. Like he went in and it worked out for him, right? It worked out
Yeah.
for him. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck,
Oh, I
but it did
definitely
work
know he
out.
got lucky because even me and the wife were like, "When's he gonna get hit?"
Yeah.
He's running through the arrows. When's he gonna get hit?
Yeah. Well, and he did. He get hit eventually, right? But
Yeah, yeah.
I do want to point out one other thing. There's another dragon out there. There were two dragons,
Yes,
right?
it was.
Yeah. So his dragon, like the big red one with like the long hair, and then the black dude was riding a dragon too. Like his son, I'm like, whoa, there were like another. There's another dragon right out here. Like, how are y'all
Dude,
losing
I
for two
mean,
years?
if you got Targaryen blood, I mean, it's pretty much your right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well, they're not Targaryens. They're Valerians, which Targaryens kind of broke off of, right?
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I thought that was interesting. I'm gonna ask you in a minute about like what do you think about the Valerians all being black. They also saw like an Asian guy there too, and I'm kind of happy for the diversity cast uh,
yeah,
there.
yeah.
If we can have dragons flying around, we can have some diversity. I didn't actually. I think I told you in the last show that we did. Like, I didn't really care too much for. Well, I didn't. I wouldn't say I didn't care. I would say I would argue that I didn't. I wasn't really strong on having black characters in that face, only because a lot of bad things happen to people there, right? Like getting impaled, screwing someone's sister. Shit, freaking King almost after 9-year-old. So I mean, so like little crap, like little like nonsense like that. That being said, though, um, like it was good to see though. I also want to talk about like, and to boost your point. Well, I mean, the king is weak. Let's just start there. Like,
Yeah.
100,000% right. He had this conversation with his wife, his second wife, right? Um, saying, "Hey, like now I have a boy. Like, was I wrong or whatever, right?" And the Hightower, Otto Hightower, tried to put in that symbol. It's like, we see the white whale. That's like the sign of royalty, and that's happening on this day. You know, that's a sign. That's a sign, and he's a big thing on signs and
Yeah,
dreams
yeah.
and shit. Just kind of like a girl who's super into like horoscopes. It's the same thing.
We might have to
I was
dive
meaning
into your
my to my dating
into the
life.
dating life and talk about these women and these
Am
horoscopes.
I projecting right now?
Are you
Let me not
upset?
even say a girl because I actually kind of marked that back. There's people who are in the horoscopes, but let's be honest, like the people who I've seen. Well, actually, I saw one guy on Instagram today was like, "Oh, Virgo season." I'm like, "Shut up, dude! Really?" But anyway, um,
It's like the only
anyway,
time I say anything about it. I mean, it's just because you get lumped into the whatever you are. I mean, it's just like yeah, Scorpio,
it's
whatever.
only good for me to tell me when you were born, right? That's all it's for, right?
I don't know
You're
the
a
signs well
Scorpio.
enough to
That
even do
means you're
that.
late, huh?
I don't know the signs well enough to even know that. So I mean,
Oh, well, I know the signs of my parents, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I know all their signs and I know all their birthdays and my family's birthdays. So I can know like late July, early August is Leo, uh early late October, early November is Scorpio, that's us. Late November, early December, that's Sagittarius, that's my mom. Late December, early January, that is Capricorn, that's my dad. Gemini, late May, early June, my sister. Leo, I think I already said Leo. So yeah, it's all in place. That's how I know it, right? Because I know where my family's birthdays are.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, he's a big thing on like symbols and shit, right? And not just kind of like just reading the room and just doing the work, right? And part of the thing about the Stago that mentioned in the director's like thing was that he's a big thing of believers of symbols, right? when he saw like the stag wasn't white, he was partially relieved, right? Because if it was a white stag, then it would have been like, look, name this boy
Yeah,
the
yeah.
heir, right?
I'm
So
telling you,
did you notice that?
he cares about his daughter, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, like
and I thought
he
it was
knows that
telling,
she's the one.
and it was telling that um she saw the stag. But part of me wishes that she killed the stag. Part of me wishes that she was like, you know, I'm king, motherfucker, and just killed it, right? Um, One thing I thought was very telling too in the series was that she mentioned in the episode that she doesn't like hunting because killing the animals, they feel like it's like a baby crying and doesn't care for the sound. But
Right.
like when the boy came for her and sort of like colon like stabbed it and it was still alive, she according to director's cut, right? She was letting out all of her aggression, right? She was just pissed. She's been angry for like 2-3 years now, right? So she was kind of like, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, you can see that. I mean, she's
you
done a
can
really
see
good
her
job of the role.
frustration. You
Yeah.
can see her frustration. I mean, she had the chance to get the white stack. She didn't want to, but I think that's a sign that she's going to be the leader, right? I'm trying to spoil it for myself a little bit to see exactly what the Targaryen line is, but I think she's going to be a leader considering like they have her like front and center on
Oh yeah.
what like
But
our last thumbnail, which I'm sorry we're not gonna have. I mean, I'll get a thumbnail like later. I have an idea of what to make for it. Um, but um, she was it's good to see her as like kind of come of age. She's just angry for a while, and I kind of hope that she kind of gets her due, right? I
yeah.
wonder, are there going to be multiple seasons of this show? Gotta be,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, so it's sad that we're not going to see that actress anymore. Because she's going to eventually get older, and she's going to be played by a
Yes.
different actress. Uh, but I actually really like the actress. I think she's done a great job so far. So we shall see how that works. They already showed a little bit of the next episode as well on how like Dame is gonna come in with like they're calling me king of like the crab states or some shit like that. What do you think about him running in and gutting like the crab the crab feeder's like body, right?
Well, you knew. Yeah, you knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I had
Well,
no thoughts towards that
yeah.
because I
I
was like, once he
actually,
saw him, and once the guy walked back into the cave, I feel like the guy knew he was dead, right?
yeah,
So
that's true.
when I
Yeah,
saw him come back out with that body, I was like, yeah,
that's him. I want to say one more thing. That's why I don't think Damon's like he's not my favorite character. Like at the beginning of the episode, right when he like charged in and like was like the guy was like Prince hailing his name, right? Like it's like Prince Damon, like thank you, like hail Prince Damon, save these guys, burn all these efforts. And he goes, please save me. And that dragon landed right on his ass.
yo, yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
don't care about you,
No, of
right?
course not. No.
He ain't doing it for you. He's doing it for him, right?
Yeah,
Um,
for the good
One
of
thing
the
I do
realm.
like too, we didn't talk about this in the last episode though. Like where Chorus was talking about his brother and how weak he is, like King Viserys. He was like, "Look, I may say what I want about my brother, but you can't,
Yeah,
right? That is my brother,
dude. I mean,
not yours.
family
I
is
respect
important
that.
to him. That much is clear.
Yeah, family. Even though they hate each other, like family, like they're still family, right? Um, like you don't talk shit about my bro, right? So, but yeah, good series. Like it a lot. Can't wait for the next episode. It's
Sir,
like She-Hulk. It's building. I was gonna watch what's the other series? The Lord of the Rings.
I did
Uh,
watch it.
how
I watched 2 episodes.
how is it?
It's not Game of Thrones,
Ha!
right? But you know, I really like the original trilogy of movies. I
Yeah.
did not like the Hobbit movies,
No,
but I
me
think the
either.
first Lord of the Ring movie is really good. And
Yep. They
this
should have
is
stopped right there.
yeah,
Should
I
have stopped
agree.
right there.
But this show to me is actually really good, man. I've gotten into it.
Lord of the Rings? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. But what's funny is like a lot of people are um, in between on it, right?
Well, did you see? So in our chats, so in our one of our little private chats, one of our boys posted. I haven't confirmed this yet. that they stopped showing reviews of the Lord of the Rings. Like they canceled the reviews on IMDb, and I know
Yeah.
for a fact Amazon owns IMDb because I interviewed with them more than 10 years ago.
Oh well,
um,
not only that, but HBO also no not yeah HBO released the first episode of Game of Thrones like on free on uh, for free on YouTube to compete with Lord of the Rings just to screw with them. Uh,
nice,
I also read about
nice.
that too. But this,
Well,
but like
also
it's I'm
YouTube
just
probably
saying
does a
this
better job with with like it probably because they didn't want it to freeze on their platform.
right, right, right.
That problem.
Now I just think it's funny people are hating on it. Like my friend Mike. Shout out to Mike. This is this is uh this is his review of Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
Original Lord of Rings. Get through Dangerous Area 1. Get through Dangerous Area 2. Get through Dangerous Area 3. Continues for 3.5 hours. Fell all the way off. That was his analysis of Lord of the Rings. And he's not, when you think about it, it's like he's not wrong. That's pretty
No, he's
much
not wrong.
it's like Dungeons and Dragons, right? But
Yeah.
then my other boy Joe was basically saying like he feels like they should have dropped this um, earlier, like years ago, before Game of Thrones and Witcher like changed the game up.
Yeah.
Because now you have like you got this gritty R-rated series that just like goes all the way in on everything, and Lord of the Rings is still compared to Witcher and Game of Thrones. I mean, it's child's play, right? So I
Yeah.
feel like if they had released it earlier, I kind of agree with them on that. If they released it earlier,
Well,
they would have maybe started the wave instead of trying to write it out after Game of
yeah.
Thrones.
Well, these are execs, right? They're all thinking about how we're gonna make more money, right? So
Yeah,
let's make another Lord of the Rings, right? And like kind of like how like the Matrix like Revolutions they made like another movie even though the director didn't want to make it, and he made the director made it very clear in the movie that we didn't want to make this, but they were going to make it anyway. So no Morpheus, no Smith, or the Smith is different for some reason, and like it's weird. But and apparently the one powers are shared now because that's a thing. So it's not the one anymore; it's the two. So,
yeah, 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 yeah.
so
No, but
yeah,
it's. I mean, I would say, I'm not gonna follow like the review bombers. I think you should definitely give it a chance.
yeah,
If you enjoyed the first movies, you're gonna like this one because
yeah,
it's more like a reason to go on an adventure, right?
yeah.
So
I have enough going
that's
on
cool.
with like She-Hulk and and Game of Thrones and shit. Two
No,
is my
I hear you.
bag.
I hear you. Because
Two is my
you got the
bag.
new Star Wars about to come out, Andor too.
Oh my god, it's so much
Um,
shit.
yeah,
So much. So much. Almost too much. Okay, well, yeah, back to uh this is how you blank. Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Cannot believe I blanked on that for like a second. Yeah, we'll see where the series goes. I like it a lot. This looks like it's going to be a war between like three people almost, right? With
yep.
Damon and Renea, whatever. I think Damon and Renea actually like each other. I wonder if Renea is going to hook up with her. What is it now? Her stepbrother,
Good question.
or half brother? Right. That's the Tarkanians do that now, and Otto Hightower did suggest it. So
True.
right. So yeah, we shall see how it works. Well, that's funny as you say that because the I think we already mentioned this earlier. He chose someone that made her happy. She'll probably choose someone that'll make her happy, right? Her King's Guard, like they've gone close over the last couple of years. So, like even
Yep.
though he's kind of a lower house, right? Um, yeah, it's gonna be good. They also mentioned the wall there, which I thought was interesting.
Yep.
Are they protecting against wildlings or White Walkers? Because those don't exist yet.
No,
Um,
they do exist, but it's just
no,
that it's all based on legend.
yeah. Well, they don't yeah. It's on Legend, right? Um, so I'm interested to see how that goes. All right, we've been at this for about an hour 5 minutes, man. Got anything else you want to talk about?
Uh, I'm assuming we're gonna save the Mar-a-Lago stuff, and what
Oh
was the
yeah.
other thing that we were supposed to talk about?
So Mar-a-Lago, I was gonna mention quiet quitting. That's been a thing on
Oh
social
yeah,
media.
we
This,
should talk about quiet quitting because I did put that up as something we were going to talk about tonight.
yeah, well, let's talk about that one next week. I think the name's stupid. To be honest with you, but like doing your job and nothing more. That's quiet quitting. What? Right? Um, there's a lot more that we can talk about that as well. Yeah. Oh, Biden's speech. We were going to talk about that.
Yeah,
As well. We'll be a week late on that, but that's that. All right, cool. If you don't got anything else for us, my boy Nicholas,
no
I
sir.
think I am good. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I forgot to mention that earlier. Like, comment, subscribe our shit. Please and thank you. We are on. We're obviously on YouTube. We're on
Love the way
Facebook.
you asked that question.
What? It's not a question. It's a
Please like,
statement.
comment, subscribe our shit, please, and thank you.
Do it. Do it now. Like, comment, subscribe now. Okay? You're watching us. If you're not watching, you just do it. Just do it.
Just
Okay?
do it. Do
Just
it.
do it. Like Shia LaBeouf said, just do it. Have you
Oh
seen that
my.
video? It's like the dumbest video in the world. All right.
Yes.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna let you guys go. Peace. See you guys next time.
Yeah.
And let me awkwardly end the stream. Okay.